going on, everybody? We're about to get into some Aries energy. What's good? What's good? Aries cross watchers. People who want to know how the Aries energy is applied to your chart, you're all welcome. Now, I may cuss, but I don't curse. Alright? Going to do a 3-card draw. I ain't going to hold you long. Pause. And, yeah, that's how we moving today. Same thing applies if you're trying to get in contact with me. Alright? You can go right to the description box. There'll be a website link that'll take you to my calendar. And you can arrange an appointment with me via Google Meet. Pause. If you don't want to do the Meet thing, we can do it on the telephone. You know what I'm saying? Pause. That's crazy. But you know what I'm saying. Alright. And with that being said, let's get these cards read. You know what I'm saying? I hope everybody doing well out there. Shout out to everybody new and who've been here since the beginning. Or you came along the way when, however that goes. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I appreciate you. So I'm going to slice this deck. I'm going to slice it again. And we're going to get into it. Alright? This card represents the situation at hand. Got the 8 of Swords in reverse. This card represents how you feel about it. The Knight of Wands in reverse. This card represents the factor to consider regarding this situation at hand. The Hierophant. Okay. So, okay. All right, it's like this, right? Check it out. So, you're actually coming out of a mental trap of some sort. I get the feeling it's not huge. Like it's not like life threatening, or you know what I'm saying? It's not one of those dire situations. Put it that way. Let's put it that way, right? But it is something that you had to sit down and reflect on for a minute and think about a way to maneuver out of it mentally. This is something that actually took mental energy. So you're not at fault for utilizing your mind or being in your head. You know, most people say, get out your head, get out your head. No, this was the perfect place for you to be because you had to sort something out in the mind. All right, because you couldn't see. You was blindfolded. The same way that this ace of sword is, dude blindfold, chick blindfold, whatever it is, they blindfolded. You know what I'm saying? Make it fit the way it's supposed to fit. Pause. But, it's just like, how they say when you lock you up in prison, you know what I'm saying? You could trap the body, you can't trap the mind. You know what I'm saying? The mind is free. So this was actually expected of you. Okay? This was expected of you. And this is where some of that mental prowess comes into fruition, where people say, yo, you can actually use your mind to move mountains and manipulate the energy in front of you. This is what you did. This is what you're doing, as a matter of fact. Still. This is the thing, though. This is how you feel about it, right? Because you see the light at the end of the tunnel. You see the solution to the situation. You're like, yeah. Now you're patting yourself on the back for actually taking the time out. So I'm getting even laying back, resting. And when you thought that you maybe should be doing something else, you was like, nah, you pumped the brakes. This is how you feel about the situation. You feel like now that you got the solutions to the answers and not only that, you're excited. Like you got some type of message I'm getting. You got some type of message in a communicative form that enabled you to become excited about the solutions. It was like an accessory of some sort to assist you in, going towards the light at the end of the tunnel, coming out of this mental trap, right? But you're thinking to yourself, you don't want to become overly confident based upon this information. Based upon you basically saving your own ass. Like, oh, that's dope, or oh, I'm nice. Like I said, you could just sit back and think your way out of this. And you're like, oh shit, that's magic, right? And then you got this accessory added on to you to assist you in doing it. So now you're like, you don't want to get cocky. You know what I'm saying? You know that you're capable of doing that. So now you're trying to be extra cautious by actually using your mind more. Because you realize how impulsivity can get you trapped up. It might even have something to do with you being in the mental trap from the giddy up. All right? This is something where I'm also getting that with that message that you got, that was like an assistance, an accessory of some sort, and encouraged you, inspired you, got you hype, you looked at that as like, okay, cool, I'm glad I got you in my life type shit. You know what I'm saying? So you made an offer or a suggestion of some sort, or communicated back like, yo, we're gonna do this, X, Y, and Z, A, B, and C, 1, 2, 3, bang, right? So now you're sitting and you're reflecting on that. Like, was that the correct thing to do? Because that's also an impulsive move. However, the Hierophant here is the factor to consider. Is showing me this, that there's going to be some action that needs to be taken anyway. There's going to need some change that has to be undergone. Number 5 there, change, action. All right. So not only did the 8 here give you an abundant mindset to get yourself out of it, and you got assistance to do it, you know, when you come out of that tunnel, pause, it's crazy, right? But when you do, right, I'm looking at it like I'm trying to think if you gotta change, because the Hierophant can mean you gotta change traditions, or you gotta do something unorthodox, or you gotta carry on tradition. You know, and I'm trying to see if I can differentiate the two. I see what it is. It's more about this. Because you know my style. I don't call this a Taurus card. I call this a Sagittarius card. Come on, knock it off. It's a Hierophant. What we doing? But anyway, that's me, right? You do it the way you want to do it, but that's me. So I'm looking at this like, yo, look, it's really not about the traditional way of doing something that's along the lines of religion or even spirituality for that matter. It's more about the commitment that you made when you got this message and you communicated back to that person that helped you get out of that mental trap. And it might have just been merely conversing with them. It might have not even been like they gave you they might have not gave you all that, but it's just the fact that you was on the phone with them, or you was writing them or whatever, texting them, and the epiphany came at that time, you feel obligated, like you owe them some type of way. And I get it, that's cool, right? But whatever you said to that person, let's say it was even another person, but you got excited about one person, you started speaking to another person, you're like, yo, we gonna do this. I'm hearing that you gotta follow through with that. You gotta follow through with that. That's the new way of life. That's the philosophy that you gotta carry out. All right? This don't got nothing to do with religion. This don't got nothing to do with education either. This might have something to do with knowledge, like a knowledge base. That's what I'm getting. All right? But it's more about the commitment that you made to say, oh yeah, we gonna do this. That's what you gotta carry out. All right? Hope this helps everybody that's watching. Cross watchers, everybody included. You know what I'm saying? Until next time, I'm out.